Okay, we are doing the review from the quiz. The first question on the quiz is asking, determine whether the ordered pair is a solution to the system of linear equations. So is the ordered pair a solution? So we have our ordered pair here, negative 2 comma 1, and we have our system of equations, the two different equations. So the easiest way to do this is to just plug in these numbers for x and y. So I'm going to erase that. I'm going to make it times negative 2 there. I'm going to erase the y here, and I'm going to make that a 1. Erase the x here, make that the negative 2. Erase the y, and make that the 1. And then I'm asking, do these both work out? So if 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 1, is that equal to negative 1? Nope, it equals negative 3, so that is not an answer. Double checking that, 3 times negative 2, that is negative 6. Carry over my minus 1 there, and that one does equal negative 7. But because this one does not equal the negative 1, I know that no, this is not a solution. Down here, this is question number 3. You'll find question number 2 in a different video. It is asking us, solve the system of equations by the substitution method. So this is almost like asking a definition problem. Do you understand the substitution method? Not the addition, not the graphing, but the substitution. So for that, I'm going to take this 5x here, and I am going to replace the y with 5x. So I have my 3x plus, my y is 5x, and then I have my equal sign and the 48. So I need to combine my 3x and 5x. That gives me 8x equals 48. So I'm dividing the 8 out of that. I need my calculator for this. And I get x is. Grab my calculator, turn it on. 48 divide 8 is 6. So I have x is 6. I'm halfway done. I still have to find out what is y. So I take that x equals 6 and I say y is 5 times 6. So y is 30. Now I have to state my answer. I know what x is, I know what y is, but the answer itself is 6, 30. I have to have both the x and the y, and because they're an x and a y, I put them in the parentheses. So that's question 2. Question 3, sorry, question 2 is in a different set. Now I erase this, and I get to question 4. Question 4 is asking us, solve the system of equations by the addition method. And we have the equations 4x plus y equals negative 68, and 4x minus y equals negative 12. So with the addition method, also called the elimination method, I want to be able to add these two together, the two equations, that top equation plus the second equation, and I want to eliminate one of my letters, either the x or the y. So I'm looking at my x's, I make sure that they're lined up. I'm looking at my y's, I make sure they're lined up. My equal signs are lined up. My constant is lined up. That's the first thing you check. Next thing you check is to see if I add my 4x and 4x, does that get rid of any of my x's? No. If I add my plus y minus y, does that get rid of my y? Yes. Okay, so I can skip any further steps. Now I just add these two equations together. So 4 plus 4 is 8x plus y minus y. The y's cancel out. Reach my equal sign, I add that together. So 8x is 80. Divide the 8 out. And I get x is 10. So there's half of my answer. I need to do the other half though. I need to find out what is y. So I take this information and I'm going to take it into one of these two equations. I'm going to take the top equation as the flip of the coin. Doesn't matter which one you use. And I'm going to say 4 times 10 plus y equals negative 68. So that's 40 plus y is negative 68. Subtract my 40 over. Y is negative 108. So I have my answer is 10 comma negative 108. I want to check my answer. So I'm going to take this set of numbers and I'm going to plug it into my second equation. I need a little room. So I have 4 times 10 minus negative 108 equals negative 10, negative 12. Make sure you copy your numbers right. So checking my answer is 40. I see the minus negative. That turns into a plus positive. So plus 108 equals negative 12. Is that the right answer? No, that is not the right answer. I made a mistake somewhere. Where did I make my mistake? Notice my minus signs here. This is supposed to be a negative there. Where's my other marker? That should be a negative there, which means that this should be a negative, because a negative divided by a positive is a negative. I use this number over here, which makes that a negative. So positive times a negative is a negative. And in order to get rid of that negative there, I shouldn't have been subtracting. I should have been adding. So that means that this answer is wrong. And I need to erase that. So I have y is negative 68 plus 40 is negative 28. Now I need to check my answer again because I made a mistake before. I need to make sure I'm right. This is part of taking your test, right? So I'm taking it to the other equation. I have 4 times -10 minus y, -28, equals -12. Check to see if this is right. So negative times positive is negative 40. Minus and minus becomes plus. So plus 28 equals, grab your calculator to check it, -40 plus 28 is -12. So now that I see that I have the correct answer, now I can state that I know my answer is -10, comma, -28. And again, because this is an x and a y, I should put them in parentheses. And there's that answer. Going to question number 5. Factor the trinomial completely. If the polynomial cannot be factored, write prime. So the polynomial that we are being given for number 5 is x squared minus x minus 56. And we are being told to factor this. Start thinking about that. Okay, now that you've had a chance to do that, I'm assuming you've paused the video while you worked on that. We are going to go through our process here. One of the first things I'm noticing about this, a is equal to 1. I have my ax squared plus bx plus c. So I see that a is 1, b is -1, and c is -56. So because this is 1, I can use my shortcut. Because this is negative, I know my larger number is negative. Because this is negative, I know that my signs are different. So I'm going to take my 56 and I'm going to factor it. Could be 1 and 56. Could be 2 and 20, 20 what? 20, not 23. 28. 56 divided 2 is 28, yes. Could be 4 and 56 divided 4 equals 14. Can't use 5, can't use 6, could use 7. So 56 divided 7 equals 8. So those are my possibilities to use. I know my larger number is negative. So this is a positive small number, negative larger number. And I have to figure these out. There's negative 55, negative 27, negative 10, negative 1. I'm looking for b to be -1, So I know that I have my positive 7, negative 8. A tells me I can use my shortcut, so I'm going to do that. I have x plus 7, because that's that plus 7 there, times x minus 8. And that's finished. That one's that easy if you know how to use your shortcut. If you don't know how to use your shortcut, you have to go through the process of, I have my x squared plus 7x minus 8x minus 56. Split them twain. What can I factor